Welcome to another edition of the Deroy FlagMan podcast. We're going to get straight into it today. How you going, FlagMan?
Oh, not too bad there, Deroy. How about you?
Good, mate. Just had a big gym session. He's pumped. He's pumped. He's losing weight.
Yep.
He's loving life. I'm just a bit...
Living life.
Loving life and living life. That's
Yep.
what you're doing in it, Deroy. Now, we're going to talk first up about the dismal performance of the Knights on the weekend.
Oh, yeah,
Greg
it was
Marshall
very
played
disappointing.
with his younger sister. It was pathetic.
Oh,
But I'm not...
it was woeful. I was
Woeful.
yeah. But we don't. I know we should have ended the 2-2 on the Gold Coast. It's just something we cannot win on the Gold Coast. It's like we can't win in Melbourne.
Well, we can. We're just going to play well.
Well, the last time we won on the Gold Coast, we went on to win the Wooden Spoon.
Right, so that's the times ahead.
So yeah, so apparently someone said it was good that we didn't win because history says that, but we're not going to win the Wooden Spoon anyway.
I mean,
But no, it was disappointing. At 12-0 at half time, I thought, yeah, the boys, Adam's going to lit a cracker under them, and they'll come out and they'll just blow the Titans off the park. Unfortunately, not. Anyway, I'd rather be 2-1. I'd love to be 3-0, but I'll take 2-1 over 0-3. Trust me. Because 0-3.
They've won some games. They're going pretty well. It's a reasonable start to the season.
It's our first loss.
We're sitting at number 10, though, so we're out of the 8.
Yeah, I know.
But it's early days, so it doesn't really matter.
That's it.
But
As long as we come back again after the bye and we beat the Bulldogs.
Well, we're definitely going to win this week. We know that's a fact.
Yeah, we're going to beat the bye.
I've tipped the Knights this week.
Oh, yeah.
They're definite winners.
We'll thrash the bye. We'll give them a thrashing.
Right, what about the other games, Damo? What was your pick last week? What's you like?
The Manly Raiders game, that was a good game. Ruben Garrick, he'd had his partner had a baby, and he scored a hat trick, like 4 tries.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what was the other game that I liked?
Okay, well, get the games up. Let's see what we're at.
What, last week's games?
Yep.
Well, Melbourne Panthers, that was a close one.
Melbourne pounced the great game.
Storm only ended up winning by 6 points
Melbourne Storm played like absolute garbage.
in the second half here.
So they were very lucky to come away with that win. And I think if Cleary hadn't had that head knock, I think they would have won.
Yeah, they only went down by 6 points. And everyone was saying, they're going to get smashed by 50, blah, 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 40. No.
Look, they still got the win, but it wasn't as convincing.
The other one, too, Broncos Cowboys. That was a close one. 26-16 to the Broncos. Ended up winning 26-16. Cowboys were in it right up to the last 10 minutes, I'd say.
What else do we have there?
The Sharks demolished the Rabbitohs.
They did.
27-12.
I wouldn't say it was a thrashing.
The only way they scored the 12 points was towards the end of the game. Dolphins or Tigers was a good one, but in the end, the Tigers went away with it in the end.
Yes, I picked Dolphins on that one, I think.
And the Bulldogs. Now, Eagles could have won that game. The Bulldogs played absolutely crap. I know they got players out. Yeah, that's no excuse, but they should have smashed the Eagles. But the Eagles might hung in with the Bulldogs, and if it wasn't for the last 10 minutes when the Bulldogs got another try, the momentum went out once they got that 2 points. Anyway,
It wasn't that thrashing. Again, I thought it was going to be like an absolute trollbing, but it wasn't. It was a relatively close match.
all I said is Parramatta will get their win, but I don't know when.
I don't know what Parramatta's doing. I think we've made the right decision with old mate.
Well, they've signed Dylan Walker from the Warriors. And apparently people are saying that Dylan Brown should just go. But unfortunately, the Knights don't have the money yet.
Well, we don't want to pay him yet.
No, we don't want to pay him yet, but I think he's mentally checked out.
Yeah.
But he's been there for 15 years, and he's in the rut. As I said to you yesterday, once he gets out of Parramatta, gets into a new environment, new training structure, I reckon he'll be good. You just got to give him a chance. That's what Knights fans got to do. Give him a chance. Yeah, he's on a lot of money, but hey, if he wins the
When you're
premiership...
on $1.3 million a year,
Yes.
you don't deserve a chance.
But
You come in and play well. That's
You
what
got to give people the benefit of the doubt.
No, but that's why you're getting $1 million a year.
It's the first bloody it's his first time.
$1 million a year, come in and fucking play well.
Yeah, I reckon he's funny, but just give him a chance. Stop criticising that.
I haven't criticised him.
I'm not saying you, but the folks in...
I'm going to criticise him if he doesn't come in and play.
Oh, I'll be disappointed, but I've got confidence in him. I reckon he'll be a different person you watch.
Right, so what games we got up this week? Where are we at?
So starting tonight is Rabbitohs Panthers at a Port.
Who have you picked? I'm going to go Panthers. Oh, is Cleary in or out?
He's out. But I still reckon Panthers don't lose 3 games. I'm going Panthers. I think Rabbitohs, Doesn't matter. They got their old man Bennett.
Okay, so Panthers, yep. Who we got next? Friday night. We're at Friday night matches.
Yeah, and then 6 o'clock Friday night.
Titans.
Roosters
Yeah,
Titans.
Roosters on that one.
Yeah, Titans could the way they played against us, but I just think the Roosters will be desperate.
Well, it's at home, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Allianz, but yeah.
What else we got there?
Then we got Friday night, the Battle of Brisbane, Dolphins Broncos.
Broncos will smash them. They have to.
Well, the way they played last week was just horrendous. They really should have put the Cowboys away in the first half.
Definitely.
And tell me, how did Reece Walsh stay on the field?
Reece Walsh is playing like a hairdresser.
Yeah, but how did he stay on the field? Like Kaiby's Paul does something like that. He gets 2 weeks. Reece Walsh.
What do you mean? What did he do?
I think he did a shoulder charge like Reece Walsh did, and more or less he got punished for it. But Reece Walsh got off. That's what people are going off about.
Reece Walsh isn't playing well.
Reece Walsh.
I probably thought I'd just leave him on.
I'm not a fan of Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh, I think he's too much of a pretty boy, and the NRL lets him get away with everything.
Right, what's the next match?
Saturday match, we got the Dragons and the Storm. Dragons at the bye.
Storm going to win that one.
Yeah.
Bad game. They had to come back.
Remember last year? Remember when we were away and we seen the Dragons score, and the Dragons beat the Storm in Melbourne.
Yes, they did.
As they say, never say never, but I just think the Storm will. Yeah. After last week's close one, Bellamy Hill.
Right, what do we got next?
Next we're up to Townsville for the Cowboys and Raiders. Queensland Country Bank.
The Raiders might do that one.
Yeah. Well, they want to bounce back after the shellac and they got against Manly.
Yes, true.
Then 7:35 on the next Saturday night, we've got the Sharks and the Bulldogs. That'll be a good one at the Shark Park.
Sharks, that'll be a great match.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Sharks on that one.
Yeah, we're going Sharks. I think the way they played, even though they let 12 points in, they still were clinical. And then we've got 2 games on Sunday, Manly versus Eels. And I reckon Manly will send them back to Parramatta with their tails.
And then what have we got?
And then last we've got the Tigers and the Wahas from Campbelltown.
I reckon Tigers might do that.
Yeah. And then the Knights have got the bye.
Right, they're different.
Beat by.
Okay, we'll just while we're on Manly there, Damo. What's your thoughts on Delhi Cherry Evans? He should have come to the Knights. But I got him for 2 years, cheaper deal.
Yeah.
Mate loves the water apparently.
Let's see. I know he's 36 and he's only had missed 20 games in his 15 career year of the NRL in the NRL. But he's at that age. I still, the halfbacks can't get a halfback like that.
Well, there's a shortage of halfbacks, so it would have been a good opportunity for us.
Yeah, but
I know that,
yeah.
old mate's probably going to be really good for us, but I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity there.
Well, I know more. But yeah, I think what Manly did to him, because he went to see them in December last year, and he went out on the open market, got some offers from other clubs.
No, he didn't get any offers.
Well, he didn't get any offers, but he went and tried to get some, but yeah. But Manly didn't give him that 2 years that they gave him when they more or less gave him that 2 year, quickly chucked up a 2-year offer, and this year saw it as to try and shut him up and keep him at the club. I just think it's ridiculous. I couldn't believe it myself.
On who's ridiculous on whose behalf?
Manly's.
Right.
Because they could have said in December, he's a 2-year offer.
Yeah, perhaps they didn't want to give him a bidding war on the club, and that's why he didn't get an offer from another club.
But Manly has Renell to do it. Like they just,
Right, Renell.
they're trying to lowball him.
Yeah, well.
They should have gave it to him there and then without stringing him along, and yeah. But he stuck to his guns, and he more or less said, "No,
got no offers. I'll just sit on my ass."
Yeah, well, and then Manly didn't give him that offer until now. It was just a couple of months ago. So I don't know.
Let's see where it ends up, I guess.
Let's see how he goes this year. From what I've seen him against the Warriors, he's back. Yeah, I'd love to see him go around, but it's going to tarnish his career. Tarnish his legacy at Manly because he's been a one-club player.
How's it going to tarnish his legacy?
I don't know, I thought he'd go out and retire. One-club player because you don't get that many things.
He might want to go overseas for a bit.
No, I don't think he wants to go overseas. Or he would have said, I'm going overseas. Because the Super League is a lot slower. And for him, for his age and what he's playing at now, it suits him. Yeah,
Time will tell, mate. Time will tell. Well, what else did you have there for us to discuss?
Well, apparently, on the DCA, I looked at his Instagram and he's not following the Broncos, not following any of the things. The only team he's following is the Dolphins.
Right.
But everyone's saying the Roosters because they do have the money.
Read into that what you will. He's got a young family too, I believe, so that will play a part in his decision. But DC will do it. He's a smart guy. I'm sure he's got a business plan there in terms of what he wants and how he's going to get it. So I don't think this is all just off the cuff. I think it's scripted, definitely, for sure.
Could be.
Yep. What else we got there, Damo? You can have a little list for us to discuss today.
So what's your best tips for this? Deroy's best tips for the round?
Well, I'm going to go... I'm not going to go my 4 best tips. I'm going to give you the game and the round.
No, your best tip for round 4.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, my tip for round 4 in terms of what game will be the most exciting, I reckon Shark Park one. Was it Shark versus Bulldogs? I think that's going to be a cracker.
Deroy's best tip for round 4.
That's my tip for round 4. What's your tip for round 4?
I think tonight's one could be good.
Tonight's one will
be Rabbitohs Panthers.
Yes, that will be good actually.
Yeah.
That'll be
Panthers coming back to a core stadium and they're wearing their home jersey.
Is Latrell back yet?
No, not yet.
Right, is he ever going to play again or is he just going to sit out?
He's going to play again, yeah.
Where?
I don't know. You ask.
Can you ring fucking Bennett and find out?
You ring Poppy Bennett and you ask him. Wayne Bennett, he's got the media talking, not about the Panthers Rabbitohs. He's got them talking about other stuff. That Reggie Rabbit saga, which was terrible.
Yeah, Reggie Rabbit punched a kid because the kid pushed Reggie.
No, the kid was probably, I can imagine, and now I've been to Shark Park and I've dealt with the crazies down there.
Yes.
They are crazies. They are a bit crazy down there. And
so what happened? What do they do?
What they do to me?
No, what do they do to the rabbit?
Well, apparently they were heckling him.
So what?
Yeah, I know, but as a kid, you've got to more or less... I'm not going to...
What? He's a child.
Yeah, but he's got to more or less...
Fucking adult.
I think he can get away with it.
What? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but no, will never hurt me.
But hang on. You look at him with his... Anyway, it's all been done, but I think the mother blew it up out of proportion.
I think Reggie Rabbit should be sacked.
Oh,
turn him into a casserole.
No, I think the kid needs to learn a bit of manners.
Have you never ever heckled anyone at the footy?
Yes, I've heckled, but I've been brought up to not.
You've heckled someone at the footy.
Yeah, I've heckled people, but I haven't annoyed them like that.
So
kids these days, they get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, but you've heckled someone at the footy.
Yeah, I've heckled people. I've heckled a player, but that's banter. But I don't think that these kids
might have thought it was banter.
Kids these days get away with it.
No, but
yes, they do.
What if that kid saw someone like you heckling a player at the footy and thought, I'll just do that to Reggie Rabbit?
They should go, Mum.
No, but he's following an example set by the community. Now he's getting ostracised. Reggie Rabbit should take it. If you can't take that sort of shit, then fucking take the hat off and don't be Reggie Rabbit. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is, yeah. But anyway, the mother shouldn't have cracked it on unless she did.
Anyway.
And
poor Reggie Rabbit, he's hurt his feelings.
I feel sorry for him, to be honest, because it'd be a hard job.
Well, you're a mascot at a footy game in Australia.
Yeah.
Of course that's going to be hard.
Some kids go too far.
Put some in.
Some kids go too far.
Some kids do go too far.
Well, look what I had. Kids grabbed my flag. I threatened to burn my flag there. And I turned around and told them to buzz off.
Burn it where?
Down Shark Park. And more or less...
Well, you're in Maroubra, mate. It's fucking Bravo territory.
Oh, they think they're crazy. They think they can get away with anything down there. It's ridiculous.
Well,
and of course, I got told off because it's a kid. Oh, don't tell the kid off. Well, yeah, well, you know what? You don't threaten people to burn people's stuff.
Anyway, poor Reggie. Poor
Reggie. And as you heard, I don't know if you heard, but now Australia and England, the Ashes.
What is it? Enlighten us.
It's going to be Australia versus England, over in England. 3 game.
What, cricket? Football? What?
Rugby league.
Right.
Rugby league style. Okay. It's the Ashes, Australia, for England versus Australia, over in England. 3 games at Wembley, Everton Stadium, Liverpool, and what's the last one? Headingley. Yeah, in Leeds.
Right.
The 3-game test.
So you're heading over to England, though, mate?
Oh, yeah, I wish I was. Get going to see the motherland.
Yes. That should be great, actually.
It will. It'll be too.
I mean, we're going to wallop them.
Oh.
Because they're shit at rugby league.
I think it will wallop them. I think it'll be...
Well, we should. They're hopeless.
Yeah, they are hopeless. But I think if they pick their right play... If they pick the right players... What?
It's a Povo game over there.
It's a Povo game over there. It's a slow game. It's not as fast as our rugby league over here.
No, it's not.
Super League over there is a lot slower. That's why players like Lockie Fitzgibbon went over there instead of playing for another team here against the Knights.
You can slow up and go over there.
It's a slow game. But the refs aren't as bad as they are over here as they are over there.
What do you mean?
They're a lot more. They're not as strict. And yeah, they just. I reckon the referees over there are a bit more better than what they are here.
Right. They're better referees, are
Yeah, I reckon they're a bit more
they? Maybe this.
lenient. They don't crack down on things like look at the Josh Curran thing for the Eels and Bulldogs. Did you see that? Where act as the referee, and the referee told him that he said something, I can't remember now, but yeah, he more or less tried to pretend to be a referee and call one of the players that he knew other players that he knew was offside. The referee, he got penalised for it.
Right.
It's in the dispute in the. I can't remember, but yeah, it was more or less going off at him. Like, but no, it'd be good Australia versus England. Get some footy in October.
Cool. We'll probably
Just hopefully they pick the same side as Australia, maybe a different few players. Mix it up.
Well, how do they know? It's too early in the season to pick a side yet.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll have their list. I reckon they should change it up. You don't want to send the same side, like the same Australian side over there.
Yeah, well, it's early days anyway.
I know, but it's round 4. And blink of your eyes and be up to round 20.
True. Right, well, that's it for today, my Deroy on the FlagMan podcast for another week. We're going to catch you guys next week. We're going to have a great weekend of footy, Damo.
Yeah.
Except for the Knights.
Yeah, no Knights game this
You
week.
won't have to cry about them losing.
Shut up. You're ready.
Righto, signing off.
Bye.